To discuss this, I'm joined by Anurag Viswanath in Singapore, where she's a fellow at the Institute of Chinese Studies. Welcome to the NewsHour. Now, in a short space of time, we've seen China really make a few changes to its COVID policy, like easing some restrictions. And now we've heard that they're getting more of the elderly vaccinated. Do you think that this is going to be enough to ease the anger of those who've been demonstrating for the last few days?
Well, one has to understand the magnitude of the protests. It's been happening from the north, Beijing, down to the south, Guangzhou, from Shanghai in the east to center, Changzhou, to right down to the west, which is Xinjiang. Yes, there has been slowdown in the protests, but the Chinese government has already announced that there's going to be no backtracking, no U-turn from the zero COVID policy. The reason why it has slowed down, a lot of reasons. One is, Chinese, there is 1 billion Chinese netizens out there, and about 950 million Chinese are smartphone owners. Now, during the COVID, every Chinese had to download an app called the health code. The health code could either be green, or it could be red, or it could be yellow. So if your health code was yellow or red, it basically meant that you were COVID positive, or there had been some exposure to COVID. Now, right now, protesters are trying to congregate, they're trying to gather, but they have to necessarily tap in and tap out access public utilities or public transportation, the bus or the MRT. They have to use the green code. But the green code is showing up as either red or yellow, so they're not able to get on to the bus or to the MRT. The censors have also moved in. And so people are not able to upload their videos. They're also not able to download their videos. So right now, there are a lot of people on social media who are putting up the post, blocked lives matter. And so every time people want to access a particular video, the error 404 shows up.
Okay, so do you think China is going to be at all concerned about the way this unrest and how they've dealt with it is reflecting on the government in Beijing, given that just today the UK summoned the Chinese ambassador in London after the alleged beating of a BBC journalist in Shanghai who was covering those demonstrations?
Well, China is going to be concerned about the way it comes across in the world. But as I mentioned, there's absolutely going to be no change in the zero COVID policy. But Xi Jinping is caught between the devil and the deep sea. The devil is COVID-19 and the deep sea is the exit policy. So they're trying to move towards easing some of the measures. 1/3 of the population, the 80 plus, is not vaccinated. So that's a huge challenge. And 1/3 of the people above 60 plus, they have not received their booster shot. Now, it's just also important to remember that 3 Chinese vaccines are equal to 2 Pfizer or 2 Moderna or 2 Covishield or 2 Covaxin. So that is going to be a huge challenge for China as to how it. So far, the police has been very, very persuasive. They are also asking people to delete photos. They are asking people not to film. So they have been non-confrontational. They're trying to be persuasive. But yes, there is a lot of anger.
And that anger possibly not going away anytime soon. Anurag Viswanath, live to us there from Singapore. Thank you so much for your analysis.